Ashes of Creation. Alpha 2, Phase 3. After years of waiting, after endless wipes, dev blogs, speculation and copium, the gates are finally open. 24/7. I rolled in as a brand new dwarf cleric in the Anvils. Old MMO brain, new player nerves. The moment you log in, you feel that mix of excitement and fear. This is new ground, but it's also familiar. 2 brand new starting locations, 2 spawns, 3 new races in the creator. Visually, it's strange. Some places look breathtaking, like concept art come alive. Other places, the lighting feels like someone turned on and off 3 different lamps in the same room. Tone mapping swings a bit, but then suddenly you see shadows bending correctly, reflections in water. It's alpha, but there's real tech showing through. Of course I picked dwarf. Of course I picked cleric. What else would I be?
Epic PLG.
The opening. The starting experience throws you into caves and corridors, a classic dark beginning. It's moody, it's tense, it feels like the opening to a big RPG, the kind where you know the world is waiting just outside. Kind of Baldur's Gate vibes, kind of Dragon Age 2, but then it feels like it doesn't trust its own design. The area is huge, full of little details, but if you just run straight, you miss almost all of it. It could have slowed you down, made you notice more. The potential is there. Still, it's an improvement compared to older tests. Eventually, I finished the cave, and here's the truth, it becomes a long, boring run. Just hold W forward. The atmosphere at the start is so strong, and then it collapses into generic copy-paste. You finally arrive at the village. And yes, the view is gorgeous. Waterfalls, cliffs, good angles for screenshots, but the actual village? The same 5 buildings. Where is the soul of a dwarven settlement, the history, the clanking of forges and taverns spilling ale into the streets? Instead, it's placeholder after placeholder. I know it's alpha, but you spend 10 seconds at this incredible entrance, and then hours in a hub that looks meh. That hurts.
Epic PLG.
Sandbox kicks, in then comes the farm, the most MMO quest imaginable. Kill 18 mobs. On paper, snooze fest. In practice, tense. Each fight is dangerous. I almost died to a simple pull plus an accidental aggro. I'm running for my life, chugging heals, out of mana, heart pounding, and then another player appears. Relief floods in. He'll help me. He looks at me and keeps running. Minutes later, I find his corpse. Then, the mount. A goat. A massive, ridiculous goat. It is the most dwarf thing imaginable. And of course, it's buggy. Won't move properly. Refuses to ride. Perfect. I start to think, this isn't working. This isn't epic. And then, the world slaps me with a hidden alpine lake. Water, mountains, trees reflecting in the ripples. One of the most beautiful views I've seen in an MMO in years. Okay, you win, Intrepid. I grind some more. Typical sandbox loops. Gathering, farming, watching numbers climb. For a veteran brain, it's fine. For new players, maybe rough. And then, my first friend. We dive into an elite mob dungeon together, just 2 of us. The fights are brutal. The wolves bite hard. Every heal matters, every dodge matters. At one point, my friend says, "We may not make it back." We look at each other and we commit forward. Somehow we win. Blood, sweat, mana potions. And that, right there, is why I love MMO. Not because of perfect polish, but because of the random chaos that creates memories. Afterwards, I wander alone. I crest a ridge, and suddenly the whole game feels huge. The views are wide. The promise is alive. This is what Ashes sells itself on. Scale, danger, and moments.
Epic PLG.
Now, the state of Ashes. As of making this video, Ashes has been in Alpha 2 for 10 months. Phase 1, Phase 2, short sessions, server wipes, endless resets. But Phase 3 is different. Phase 3 is 24/7 uptime. Weekly maintenance, yes, but otherwise persistent. A living server, that changes everything. The buy-in is still $100 to the website. But here's the kicker. There's a 90-day refund guarantee. Doesn't matter how many hours you play. Hate it? Refund it? That's rare. And it shows Intrepid knows they need to prove themselves. So, what's changed in 10 months? Let's stretch it out properly.
mmorpg.
November 2024. The first full month of Alpha 2. Not much in terms of features. Mostly stability. But the dev stream, Giants and Demons, teased group fights against massive monsters, plus a 40-man raid against a GM-controlled boss. The monster coin system peeked through. Even if not playable yet, the vision was there. December 2024. This was the first big push Alpha 2. Phase 2 begins, longer test windows instead of weekends. Content arrives, Befallen Forge, the first open-world dungeon. Free holds introduced at level 20. Player marketplaces. 2 new races, Denner Dwarves and Veloon Humans. The Sandsquall Desert expands with nodes. Combat tweaks, caravan fixes, bug patches. Suddenly Ashes looked less like a tech demo and more like a skeleton MMO. January 2025 Treasure Hunts. Actual maps leading you to buried caches with rare mats and gear. Pocket dungeons teased. Combat balance hit hard, especially mages. A focus on time to kill, trying to avoid delete button classes. For the first time, PvP actually started to feel tuned instead of chaos. February 2025. Pocket dungeons go live, 4 of them. Small open-world spaces tied to node progression, meaning the world itself literally unlocks more as communities grow. The Sandsquall expands again. Lawless areas carved into the map. Bug fixes galore. The caravan system refined so only participants could interact. No more random griefers breaking everything. March 2025. The Rogue arrives, dual daggers, stealth. Finally, sneaky gameplay in Alpha. Node sieges teased and partially tested. The Relic system unveiled. Powerful objects tied to settlements, giving reasons for wars beyond bragging rights. Early naval teased. For the first time, it felt like the systems MMO Ashes wants to be. April 2025. The Turquoise Sea expansion. Harbors. Lawless ocean zones where PvP is always on. New dungeons tied to sea progression. Kraken's belly, pools of stench, murmuring roots. Naval content isn't just a gimmick, it's core. Lawless zones also gave bonus XP and luck, rewarding risk takers. May 2025 Big Reset. First World Merge. Server wipe. Settlements gone. Levels reset. Summoner archetype teased in design talk. Economy overhaul previewed. Unreal Engine upgrades for visuals and performance. Anti-cheat systems revealed. On paper, not the flashiest, but essential groundwork. June 2025, foundation for Phase 3 laid. The anvils revealed, the dwarven homeland, mountainous, vertical, distinct. Economic and stat overhauls drop. The new crate system introduced, tying commodities and construction into physical items you actually carry. Node progression streamlined, no more city stage. Now, village, town, metropolis. Cleaner, faster, more impactful. July 2025 PTR stress test begin. Updated models for Pirai, Nikua, Dare races. Town stage settlements shown. Dynamic lawless zones rotate across the world, spicing up PvP and loot. Guild systems reworked into points instead of trees. PvP, flagging, refined. August 2025. Phase 3 begins. 24/7 uptime. 2 realms. Shoal, NA, and Lotharia, EU. Settlements kept at town stage for now. Character creation improved. 2 new races playable. Economy and stats fully rebalanced. The launch? Surprisingly smooth. Yes, queues past 1000. Yes, DDoS attacks, but stable overall. And ahead, November 18th, Harbingers, Engines of Chaos, corruption zones that spread dynamically, the Summoner, open sea fishing, the Renkai race, world bosses, mules, more systems layered in. So, should you play? If you're a guild or a group of friends, yes. This is the perfect time to experiment, build towns, push PvP, create chaos. If you're solo, maybe wait until Harbingers. Right now, questing is rough. Anvils is beautiful but bare. Riverlands is more fleshed out, but still thin. November should change that. Phase 3 is messy, dangerous, and alive. The cave wasted my time. The lake gave it back. Clithix betrayed me. Fate claimed him. The goat refused to move, but the world did. For the first time in years, Ashes doesn't just feel like a promise, it feels like a place. Stay epic. See you in the next one.